A Heart Full of Colors, written by Carrie Turley and Diana Del Grande, with illustrations by Diana Del Grande. Lucy was a happy little girl with thick red curly hair and a heart full of color. She loved the way each color made her feel different inside. At night when she was sleeping, she dreamed of colors, and when she woke up, she spent her days exploring her colorful world. The bright yellow sun filled her with cheer and happiness. She waited for it to greet her each morning and smiled in return, wishing it all the energy of a delightful day. The crisp, clear blue of the sky made her feel light and free. She spread her arms wide and felt the breeze tickle her cheeks as she pretended to be a bird flying through the air. The emerald green of the southern sea made her feel calm and peaceful. She dipped her fingers in the warm water and let it soothe her. When she pulled out her watercolors to create a painting, she swirled the soft bristles of her brush around and around in the delicate pastel pink and thought of tasty sweet treats covered in icing and sprinkled with sugar. Sometimes the dark, velvety purples and blues of night made her feel small and lonely, but only for a moment. The twinkling stars winking down at her filled her mind with all the magical colors of the world, and then she didn't feel small and lonely anymore. One day, after Lucy greeted the sun, she sat on the grassy green hill behind her house watching the fluffy white clouds float by. A dazzling red balloon passed, chasing the clouds. She could not take her eyes off it. It filled her with joy and made her want to sing and dance. No other color had ever made her feel so wonderful. She began to look for red everywhere she went. When she played at the park, she saw a shimmering red kite dancing in the breeze. When she went shopping with Mother, she saw a stack of orangish red bell peppers. She marveled at the fuzzy golden red fur of her tiny new kitten as he pounced in the grass. When it was time to paint, she pushed aside her watercolors and grabbed a tube of magenta red, squeezing out a great big squirt. She even stopped to smell the fragrant deep red roses Father gave to Mother. He told her red roses are the symbol of love. No wonder she loved red so much. But Lucy's favorite red of all was the red of the sky when the sun set in the evening. It contained every shade of red she could ever imagine. One morning, Lucy woke with a grand idea. It was so grand that it bubbled up inside her and made her giggle with excitement. She would collect every red thing she could find. She would surround herself with red. First, she slipped into Mother's room and took the red lipstick from her drawer. Mother wouldn't mind. She left the pink and plum for her to wear. Next, she ran outside and gathered poppies from the yard. She filled vases of every size with water and arranged the blooming flowers around her room. She took out her paints and covered her walls with brilliant red butterflies. She had never painted on the walls before. Of course, she asked Father's permission first. Wherever she went, whatever she was doing, Lucy could not resist collecting red things. She had to have them. She begged Mother and Father to get them for her. She insisted she needed them. Lucy was out of control. Her whole house was full of red things. They were piled one on top of another. Red shoes, red balls, red fish, red hats, even her red cat. Mother and Father said, "Enough is enough. This cannot go on." But Lucy did not want to part with her collection. She loved her red world. One day, Lucy and Mother were out for a walk. Lucy saw a girl with a magnificent big red bow right on the top of her head. She pleaded with Mother to get her the bow. Mother stopped and pointed to Lucy's reflection in the large glass window of the bakery. No one would see that red bow in your beautiful curly red hair, she said, smiling. Lucy was speechless. She studied the springy red curls framing her face. They spilled over her shoulders and down her back. She had been so busy trying to collect everything red that she'd forgotten that red was part of her. It was in her hair and in her heart. There was something else she noticed in the reflection. Bright yellows, crisp blues, soothing greens, and rich purples sparkled all around her red hair. Lucy didn't need to look in a mirror to know her hair was red. She'd known it all along. She'd simply forgotten that the world was full of colors, a kaleidoscope of colors, and she loved them all.